Hey, what's up guys? In this video, I kind of just want to do a fourth quarter check-in. I feel like ever since Black Friday, we really should have seen a nice spike in sales. That is, if you've been really putting forth consistent effort in scaling your e-commerce business throughout the year, this is when we can kind of, I don't want to say we can kick back, but this is at least when we can, when we go to our sales dashboard, we can expect to see bigger numbers than we're used to at a minimum right now. I want to share some of my numbers with you in this video and then reiterate the main thing. If you had to choose one thing to really focus on that I would recommend as we head into the new year, all right, as we are wrapping up 2022, somehow, some way, it's about to be 2023, as we all know. So I'm going to share all that with you in this video. Let's get right to it. Real quick plug, guys, I did put together a free print-on-demand mini course for you. It is linked in the description. If you want it, all you have to do is give me your email address and I'll send you one lesson a day. Also, I've got a great Amazon merch Facebook group also linked in the description. That's where I got the inspiration for today's video because John was talking about he wishes Q4 would never end. He called his sales unbelievable. All right. And I know he's not the only person feeling that way. Also, he got over 80 likes on his post and a bunch of comments. Yeah, guys, I mean, this is that time of year. I'm not trying to rub it in. If anybody is, if you're not feeling the same way, focus long term. I always say long time horizon. Anybody promising you, get rich quick schemes, we know how those typically end. With regards to print on demand, I'm always thinking about a year out. So as good as this year is, I know next year is going to be better. And it keeps happening year over year over year. And that's why I think that's probably how I was able to get really where I am, just in general in business and in life. I mean, honestly, the same perspective I think can help you with almost anything. It's not just a print on demand thing to say, hey, keep a long time horizon when it comes to whatever it is that's important to you. You know what I mean? Me personally, I love cash flow businesses. I love investing. I love working out, you know what I mean? And doing physical transformations, all those things, guys. I like living a healthy life, by the way. You know what I mean? Putting good food in my body, keeping my brain clear so that I can go and work on all these businesses, but be really efficient, be optimal. All those things matter to me, guys. So, I mean, hey, it's about to be a new year. Why don't you think about whatever you think you could do a little bit better, or even just run a little bit of a test on whether it's business related, health related. I think they're pretty intertwined, but now's probably that time to be considering, hey, what am I going to be doing next year differently to get closer to where I really want to be, right? Why not? It starts up here. Let it at least resonate in your mind. And then if you think it makes sense to, take action. You know what I mean? Try to make that happen. Try to manifest whatever your dreams are. So here, let me show you some of my Amazon merch sales so far in December. And then I'm going to kind of talk you through as we go of how I think you can get here, all right? How I know you can get here if you'll put in the work, all right? December 1st, so we're just starting out in December 1st, 70 sales, one return, and that totaled $1,400 in revenue, of which I kept $317.27 in royalties. Now, that's US market only, but that is by far the majority of the sales that I made that day. Standard t-shirt being my primary best seller. And if you missed my video last week, standard t-shirts sold on the US market, you're going to get a reduced royalty by about 6%. So let's just say if we go fast forward for a year, 317 times 0.06, I'll make about $19 less. All right. So put me right around $299. That, you know what I mean? If we're projecting forward, just so we know. But obviously 1 year from now, I'm going to have done so much extra work that I should see bigger numbers. Also, another thing that I do mentally that helped me push to where I'm at is I thought of my income in terms of dollars per day. Okay. So 317 in my mind, I would say times 365. Now, this isn't the best thing to do during the fourth quarter because these numbers are higher than what we'd probably project to see on an average day during the year. But if you do 317 times 365, that comes to $115,705 per year in terms of think of it as like a salary, right? Not that you probably have to choose between Amazon merch and working a 9-to-5. I know a lot of people do work themselves out of a 9-to-5 though, just from their Amazon merch royalties. So that's an awesome, awesome thing if that can be you. And I mean, hey, $115,000 salary would be pretty nice if you could leave your job and just do merch full time from the comfort of your own home. All right, December 2nd, 101 sales, 2 returns. That brought in $457 in royalties on $2,117 in total sales. Again, a really nice day in December. I'm hoping to see more days like this. up until we get to basically Christmas minus the number of days required for fulfillment plus delivery, right? So that means that, hey, if it's like December 19th or 20th, the customers are going to find our shirts on Amazon and they're going to see arrives by. Remember how Amazon was doing that last year? They were putting it in red text so that customers didn't purchase it and then cancel the order. You know what I mean? Especially because it's made on demand. Amazon's trying to save themselves some money with the cancellations and whatnot. You know, the cancellations, they suck a little bit more when it's print on demand, right? So they put that pretty prominently. But last year, I can't remember exactly. I should probably go back and look at my videos. I feel like Amazon did a really good job being able to fulfill and ship and deliver these products really close up until Christmas. So that's one thing that they've always been like, top innovators with their, prime shipping that now everybody takes for granted, 1 day, 2 day, same day shipping, right? December 3rd, 88 sales, 3 returns, total royalties, $383 on $1,757 in sales. And yesterday, December 4th, $88 in sales, 2 returns, brought in $431 in royalties on $1,889 in sales. So I'm really trying to inspire you guys to keep this long-term perspective. For anybody that's not, doing these types of numbers yet, it's okay. All right. By the way, someone's going to ask about ads. I do always post my ads at least monthly on Instagram. By the way, right now, my Instagram, I don't even know what happened. They told me I was impersonating myself. So I'm hoping to get my account back. I don't know what the heck is happening, but okay. Normally I post daily sales updates, and then once a month I'll post my monthly numbers and my ad spend, but my ad spend is minimal. Like last month in November, I spent $125, I think, was the total advertising for Amazon merch. So it's pretty much all profit. And then I just wanted to show you guys too that I do sell on Amazon Seller Central. One easy strategy, very low hanging strategy, is you can take your merch optimized designs. Like I said, I'm optimizing for standard t-shirts typically, and you can integrate Printful with Amazon Seller Central, and you can just upload the same design on a t-shirt, like maybe the Gildan 64,000. And it'll push to Seller Central. The integration, it probably only takes like 5 minutes to do if you've never done it before. And then once it's done, you're good to go. Okay, so I will link to Printful and I'll link to Seller Central if you guys want. It would have been nice to start this 6 months ago or a year ago or 5 years ago, of course. If you had a time machine like that. I think I started in really early 2017. So what is that? 8, 9, 20, 21, 22 to 23, almost 6 years ago. You know what I mean? And I've been pretty consistent about it. But that being said too, keep in mind, guys, I'm spread pretty thin with a bunch of complementary income streams. So I'm not all my eggs in one basket and all of a sudden I lose my account and I'm screwed. And I also worked my day job for the majority of the time since I started my e-commerce journey in late 2016, early 2017. Anyways, so the numbers, the thing that you probably really care about, in the last 4 days, okay, December 1st through 4th, on Amazon Seller Central, print on demand, this is FBM, okay, not FBA, FBM fulfilled by merchant with long handling times and pretty high price points, okay? I'm not just trying to get a bunch of sales really quickly to impress you guys with numbers. I'm doing this to make money just like everybody else here. And I charge, quite a bit for these products because, I mean, it just is what it is. It's based on what, I have to pay the fulfillment partners, Printful, Gearbubble, etc. I did $2,800 in sales. It cost me $1,627 in fulfillment fees. By the way, this doesn't account for Gearbubble fees, by the way. They're Gearbubble sales. This is just Printful fulfilled. And I kept $1,226 in profit, except, of course, Amazon has to take their fees out of there. So why don't we just round up and say deduct like 20%? I don't even know. They take just an absurd amount. So we can probably subtract about $240 from there. And let's just say I made, $980 in profit, and that's in 4 days. And that's with the Amazon fees taken out. All right. So just so you guys know, man, this is what we're working towards. And by the way, there's other things out there that I've never heard of, that I've never thought of. What I'm doing, I consider to be very much like low hanging. I don't think it's anything exceptional, like anything that's far fetched. That you don't need to take any leaps of faith in what I'm talking about doing. I'm literally talking about selling basically t-shirts online and outsourcing fulfillment. And that way it's streamlined and we can focus on scaling the business instead of doing the stuff manually, right? Nothing I'm saying is that crazy. And it's like, but I'm also showing you the bottom line right here saying, hey, guess what? I charge a lot because I'm actually trying to make money, even if the customers, it probably hurts my conversion rate, but that's what I want to charge. So that's what I charge. You know what I mean? And generally speaking, without getting into numbers and making this an hour-long video, I aim to make at least $10 profit before factoring in Amazon fees. So if Printful charges me, $10 for a Gildan 64,000, that means I can charge $19.99 to the customer. Plus, I like to charge shipping on top of that, so they get to pay me $19.99 plus shipping, and that gives me my $10 cushion. Amazon takes their fees, and I'm left with whatever's left after Amazon takes their part. All right, guys, and if you're wondering, and before I even show you how I'm filling up these slots, because I do spread myself pretty thin, how do I do it? Well, the purpose of that next slide was honestly to show you how I'm doing a lot of my design work, but I promised you to focus on one thing. Like, there's a lot of things you can do that will help you scale your business and replicate my success with these numbers that you see behind me, right? There's a lot of things you can do, but if I had to recommend one thing, no leaps of faith required. Hopefully it makes sense when I say it, but I'm going to tell you, or I'm going to challenge you to try to occupy more online real estate. Try to occupy more online real estate. If we want to open a franchise of 7-Elevens, we want to have a bunch of them scattered throughout the country, right? Because the more real estate, the more land we occupy, the more likely people find us. They walk in the store, they make a purchase, we make some money. But we're not talking about 7-Elevens. We're talking about selling whatever the product is, insert product, right? It doesn't have to be a t-shirt. It doesn't have to be a coffee mug. It's whatever you want it to be. We're talking about selling those online, all right? Now, we can either go and carve out our own real estate, start our own website, but then we have to figure out a way of making people aware that we exist, which is easier said than done, and get them to trust us enough to provide their credit card and make a payment, right? We have to do all that. Or we just follow the customer to where they like to shop. You know what I mean? Do a Google search for whatever you intend to sell. Where is Google sending people? Can you open a seller account there? I recommend you try, all right? Keep it simple. Occupy online real estate. Sell things that people are looking to buy. Simple concepts, all right? But they can make us a decent amount of money. You see what I'm doing here, and nothing I'm doing is like even that crazy. Are there like some, more edgy things you can probably do? Yeah, there probably are. But at a high level, like, I don't want you guys not to trust me. So I say some pretty generic, like, basic stuff, and then I show you that it actually works. So that's really what I wanted to do in this episode and just kind of inspire you. I love that other people are killing it this fourth quarter. Anybody that's not there yet, just keep in mind, you're working towards next year. Always be thinking that. And if you want to give up on the way, hopefully you found something better. Otherwise, don't give up. What are you doing? Come on. And by the way, a big way like that I fill my upload slots, if I don't have time to design, you know what I mean? Even though there's definitely, like I said, there's tricks, there's nuance to everything I say. This is how I wrote all these crazy courses, right, that I charge for, and some of the content is behind the paywall. It is what it is. But you can definitely, I'm not charging anybody for this information. Go to Creative Fabrica, go to Vexels, go to All Sunsets, right? The easiest one. Go to All Sunsets, grab one of their sunset graphics, add text above, add text below. Ryan, what text? Like I said, go to Amazon, perform a keyword search. Go to Etsy, perform a keyword search. Look at what's selling. And then just make your own custom version of that, right? Make sure it's not trademarked. Simple concepts, guys. You don't need to like get too complicated with your approach. Study what works, follow the customer, occupy some online real estate. Make sure you're automating the fulfillment process, which is literally the only way to do it if you're using these integrations. In order for it not to be automated, you'd have to break something. So that's what we're doing here, guys. That's what we're working on. That's what we're focusing on. That's how I'm almost 6 years into this, and I'm getting paid for the work that I did in early 2017. You know what I mean? I'm still getting paid for a lot of those products I posted way back then. Also, so this is for design and this is for upload automation. Should you want to use upload automation, none of these services are required. All right. None of the design services are required. None of the upload automation services are required. That's what I'm using today, which allows me to run these businesses while also doing daily YouTube content and more. All right. So I'll link to all these in the description. On my way out, wanted to remind you guys, I have a full Amazon merch course. I will link to it in the description if you want to learn my entire nuanced approach to running this business. So it's linked in the description. Also, I have a private community. I do weekly live streams, weekly office hours. It's the easiest way to contact me instead of paying, $200 an hour for one-on-one calls. But, there's only so much time in a day, guys. So that's all down there in the description. Thanks for watching. If I can do it, I know you can do it. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you tomorrow with a new video.